After 3 standout seasons in Cambodia, Canadian striker Marcus Haber has taken on a new challenge in Thai League One, joining Nongbua Pitchaya on loan from Chonburi.
I've enjoyed it a lot here, coming to an environment where you've got, a lot of camaraderie in our team. I think we've got a really good group. We're quite close together. We're not one of the more glamorous clubs in the league, so I think that sort of works to our advantage a little bit. It's been a fight, it's been a grind every day. There's no easy games in this league, so it's been really competitive and I've enjoyed it.
It's kind of like the English Premier League.
Sure.
Any team can beat any team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very difficult to play away from home in this league.
Why is that?
I think the travel time and just sort of the accommodations and sort of the day-to-day. And when you're in your own environment, you can definitely work to your advantage. You've got your own fans. You know how the pitch is going to play. And yeah, so we're quite far away from other teams. So I think that does play to our advantage a little bit, which is why we've had good results this season at home.
As players get older, they tend to plateau at one level, but going from Cambodia League One to Thai League One is quite a big jump.
The Cambodian League does have some great teams. I mean, if you look at the top half of that table, I think they'd all be competitive in Thailand. But absolutely, as a whole, Thailand is a step up. I wanted to challenge myself and, play at the highest level as possible that I'm able to do so. So I'm grateful to have the opportunity to play in Thailand, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a hell of a ride so far.
And what the fans?
They're outstanding, especially here. I mean, I think we're quite lucky. Our team's sort of like a community feel. Like if you come to our home games, you can tell that they're quite passionate, they're quite connected, and yeah, we get a good turnout every home game, so it does help.
It seemed like half the town had turned out, and then when I was walking back to my hotel, it's like everyone's wearing a shirt, so everyone's been to the game.
Yeah, it's cool. Even on games that aren't match days, when you walk around the community, you'll see a lot of pink. I mean, that's everywhere.
I was going to mention pink later, but yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Pink everywhere.
I don't mind it. So I like that sort of bold look at home. It's different, and yeah, I think our kits are quite nice. I've had a lot of people ask me about them if they can get one, because they're a lot different than anything I've ever worn. So.
What about Thai football?
It's incomparable to European football, and I know that sounds like cliche to say, but it is so different. It is hectic for sure. I mean, anything can happen at any time. Especially in second halves of games, there's a lot of space, and so it can be very end-to-end and very exciting to watch.
Why do you think that is?
I think there's just always an onus to attack in Thai football in the end of games because they're willing to take risks.
Man United, the players walk out to Stone Roses, or Liverpool sing You'll Never Walk Alone, but in Thailand they have bespoke songs for the teams.
Absolutely.
The one here is pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's like drill.
Yeah, it's a bit aggressive. I like it.
When you come to Southeast Asia as a foreigner, everyone immediately finds out your middle name, right?
Because that's true.
They pump it up on everything.
Yeah. Marcus Warren, Haber, all the time. More so when I was in Cambodia here.
So why do you choose to have Marcus on your shirt?
It's a good question. I just wanted to do something different. I just figured coming to Southeast Asia, let's try something. Like, I'm changing my whole sort of lifestyle, living situation, and style of football. So I just figured let's reinvent yourself in a way, and it just, yeah, I thought, I can have some fun with this, put my first name, why not?
You should have just put Warren on there.
Yeah.
So what about style of football? Do you think that when you've come to Thailand or Southeast Asia in general, have you had to adapt?
Well, when I first came to Southeast Asia, I had an idea in my head that I was going to have to definitely lose some weight. So when I played in the UK, I was a lot more bulky and muscular, dealing with the style of play and the center halves and stuff. And I just figured in the heat I was going to have to get fitter and a bit leaner and lose some weight. And sort of the last 2 months before I went to Cambodia, got myself in the best shape I've ever been. And then when I came to Cambodia originally, the transition wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, because I was able to get in such good condition, and I've kind of maintained that for the whole time. Like, I have a a regimen and a diet that I don't really break. And it's worked for me, you know, like I feel good at 36, really good, and I don't really plan on stopping playing anytime soon.
And you mentioned diet, so are you eating Thai food? Are you sticking to what you know?
Yeah, I do eat quite healthy, so I'll have like a really high protein diet. I don't eat a ton of carbs, and I typically only eat 2 meals a day. You know, that works for me. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody.
What is your favourite Thai food?
A red prawn curry is pretty good. I like pad Thai as well. So
Classic.
And papaya salad I like,
Oh,
but it
course.
is quite spicy. But
And what is your spice level?
my tolerance is pretty good. I can handle something quite spicy. I grew up eating a lot of different foods. My parents made sure I wasn't a picky eater, so I can handle some.
And simple things like a haircut, for example. When you come to Southeast Asia or somewhere, maybe you're not speaking the language enough to explain what you want. This is a big problem for me. Like the other day I needed a haircut and I was looking on the ones in Udon Thani. I saw you in the background of a video. So I was like, okay, I'm going there. You know the one?
Absolutely.
Flow.
Yeah, that's where I go. I more or less did the same thing. I just sort of did my due diligence, look on Instagram, Facebook, and I just see, okay, there's people in there that have the same sort of hair that I want right now, so let me try it out. And yeah, like the barbershop's cool. They got a lot of cool memorabilia, 90s stuff.
They had too many copies of Nelly's Dilemma. They had like 3 copies, I think, in the cabinet. There was no Ja Rule, which
I don't mind me some Nelly, man. Nelly was dope back in the day.
And we're the same age, by the way, so we
Okay, so we
both listen to NSYNC when we're drunk.
I was more Backstreet Boys.
Any pet peeves in Thailand? Like, I'll start. I don't like the way they handle your change in 7-Eleven, where they put the coins on the note and then all the coins just slide off the note.
There's one bone to pick I have with 7-Eleven. Like the whole premise is convenience and speed from where I'm from, right? Whereas like you get to 7-Eleven and it feels like it's slower than a coffee shop sometimes.
They count the money 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and then they'll go and have a conversation behind the till, have a giggle. They'll put someone's like toasty in there when I'm here, and it's a slower process. So you have to make time for 7-Eleven. It's not as in and out as it's made to seem.